Hey, this is Nancy Atlas with another edition of East End Legends. Today we're talking with Captain Amanda Switzer. Amanda travels the world during the colder months of the year, but this East End local calls 3 Mile Harbor home from May to November, where she can be found on any given day, taking charters out into the Atlantic water. All right, so where are we right now?
We're at Commercial Dock in East Hampton and 3 Mile Harbor. I'm not going to give away any trade secrets, but there are some really great spots in 3 Mile Harbor if you're totally hard up for fish.
You know, I guess in some ways, if you see people fishing in an area, there's probably fish there.
Yeah, well that's the Montauk way. You know, look for birds and boats, anything with B, bubbas, boats, birds,
or in your case,
bonikers,
bosoms, and
boobies.
You'll find fish. Have you ever lost a fish to keep a boyfriend?
Wait, have I ever kept a boyfriend? No. Have I ever lost a fish? Yes. Have I ever kept a boyfriend to lose a fish? No.
No.
Have
you ever lost a fish to keep a boyfriend?
Oh, to make him appease him?
Yes. Think about it.
Let me think about that. I'm too competitive.
I'm the same way.
I'm too competitive. I want to win all the time. I won. How you doing? I won. All right? That's it. Sorry.
Do you get sissy boys at all? Like, probably not. I'm sure most of your customers are really great people. Like, they fall into two different types of categories.
Exactly. I'd say, you have the half that is really, really serious about it. They've been practicing their whole lives and they're really on their game. They're fired up about it. You get the other half that they want to learn about it, so they come as novices and they openly admit it.
Well, how long is like a guided tour? Like, does it go out for an hour or a day, or like?
Depends. It depends. If I like you. If I don't like you, you're going back to the dock.
You're getting used in that chum ball thing, whatever it is.
If I like you, it's about 8 hours. If I get, it's been a good solid, and you really get to know somebody after 8 hours too. It's a really nice day. It's great.
Do you bring them food? Do they bring food, or do they?
They have to bring me food.
What's the best food? What's the best food anyone's ever brought you?
The best, well, not on this guided trip, but we've been in the Seychelles a number of times, and when we catch fresh tuna and eat fresh sushi, that is like the all-time best. I mean, nothing beats that. How
many lessons till you could like kind of fly a little bit?
Well, it all depends on your ability. It all depends on your motivation. It depends on confidence. Honestly, I always tell people, once you feel confident with the fly rod in your hand, you're gonna do great. You're just gonna.
So you have high expectations for me then today.
Yeah.
My athletic prowess.
You just think.
I'm practicing.
Be the rod.
Be the rod. Be one with the rod, baby.
You're gonna be all right.
Cool. It is funny to say, oh yeah, okay, you're a girl, and that's what makes you different. But at the end of the day, with anything, if you don't produce the fish.
Yeah, well, that's kind of there's, in the beginning you think it's a novelty, like a woman and stuff, and maybe it is, but there's a certain point, if after 5 minutes the novelty wears out, you pay $500, whatever it is a day for fishing, you want to catch fish.
You want to
have a good time catching the fish. Yeah.
And it's just an added bonus if she's in her bikini. I mean, really, it's just like, are you really going to complain? I don't think so. Do you get women out here fishing, or is it mostly men?
Mostly men.
Okay,
yeah.
And what you're predominantly known for is fly fishing, right?
Yes.
And when the bass run, is it all about fly fishing with bass?
It's 99%, I would say, fly fishing. There's the occasional, we do a lot of light tackle stuff and use kind of like surface plugs and stuff. But mainly it's this time of year when the fish are on the flats, it's sight fishing for striped bass. And this is where serious people kind of, really come in and hit it hard.
So what do we got here for lures? What are we using?
Well, what I've done, I've taken off the fly, because if you're going to be learning, you don't want to hook yourself, which I did yesterday in the face. I put a fly in my cheek, like.
Okay, so it's not called a lure then? It's called a fly?
Yeah, we have. Yes.
Okay, and is it like, are they universal fly, or is it? There's all different flies.
Well, you have different flies for different conditions, and
we got the black fly.
This is my briefcase for work. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's almost as good as mine.
It's like,
that's great.
Once you look inside the black box, there's no turning
I
away.
hear Coach has some fantastic fly fishing lure.
Well, listen, this isn't my best selection. This isn't indicative of who I am. This is a really, very kind of simplified version.
You've tied that?
Yes.
You made that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It's basically, you want to imitate a sand eel, a spearing, or whatever, or baby bunker, whatever it happens to be.
Or a seagull, really.
Or a seagull, or a lobster.
Who knew that striped bass liked eating seagulls? But it's the
Baby
flicker.
seagull.
And why the feather? What's up
Because
with that?
seagulls are made of feathers.
No. But in the water, does the feather give it a...
What happens, the feathers move very naturally. And splayed feathers, what happens is that in the water, when you strip, which is what moves the fly forward, you strip the line, it closes the feather and opens it. So it creates a swimming effect and it pushes a little bit of water. So it attracts the fish's attention. So it's nice flowing. It's almost like a squid, how it just kind of,
Okay.
just kind of does that.
Cool.
Sound.
That's
Maybe
very,
not
very
quite
cool.
that sound, but something like that. So yeah, we're gonna attach. Go away!
Go away, plovers. The fish are ours.
You guys taste like chicken, I heard.
Oh, yeah. Do you ever feel like Annie Oakley?
I feel like something. I don't know quite what it is.
Does it bring out your like cowgirl spirit?
Yeah, it feels like you're some kind of a dance or some kind of a ceremony, you know, it's just really, because your body opens. It feels almost maybe like a yoga or something.
Now you were saying something about like going out after a fish earlier and like hunting it. Is there two types of fly fishing?
Well, that's the whole sight fishing. Like, you'll see them coming down the beach or coming down a flat, and you get your client to see them and cast at them. So if I see one at 3 o'clock, I'll say there's one at 80 feet, 3 o'clock. The client, you should be able to do this, drop it at 3, and start stripping. I mean, it's like that fast because those fish are moving. Or I'll see one on the shore, and I'll pull up to it, and it's just feeding and it's tailing, and your heart's going, and the client usually gets fish fever and everything falls apart. It's like the lines around them and they're like, they just can't keep it together. They're like, I never do this. When there's no fish around, I'm like, yeah, well, that's a problem.
I know.
You cast great on your lawn, but when it comes to actually fish, it's a problem. But when a fish hits, you have that fly to line to hand connection, which is really cool because you can control everything. You're not like using a spinning rod and you have that rod which is kind of acting as the mediator. What's
the juice for you though? Like, is it catching the fish? Is it just the whole thing, or what?
It's seeing a fish, casting to a fish, selling the fly to the fish, like making this fish want to eat it.
And knowing which fly it wants. I think that's gotta.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I can go fishing with my dad, and he can catch 9 fluke, and I'll catch none.
Right.
And it's just like